Hello guys, good afternoon. Please leave me a comment or a live chat if you're painting along or watching in replay. Hi Ronnie, welcome back. Hello Marian. And Miss Lizelle. Thanks Ronnie. And thank you for your support. Hello Michaela, how are you doing? I'm just taping my paper. Hello, Miss Doris. And hello to everyone who is silently watching. 3 minutes to go and we'll start. Please make sure that you already have the reference photo with you. You can find that in the link below. No sketch needed since this is a loose floral painting. No problem, Marianne. Ay, Yaran, sorry. Marian and Yaran. Hello, Gracie. Welcome back. So happy to see familiar names here. Where is my... We will sketch during this workshop and we only need a simple sketch since this is a loose painting. So don't worry about your sketch. If you haven't prepared your sketch, no problem. Can you guys hear me clearly? I am about less than a foot away from my mic. Can you hear me clearly or do I need to speak louder? Here's my keyboard. I want a pen and bring. Okay, thank you for confirming. So hello. Hello, Sita. Hi, Cindy. And we also have Nicola. Okay, it's 1 p.m., so let's start. Hello again and good afternoon, everyone. If this is the first time we're meeting, this is Bianca, and I've been painting with watercolors every single day for the past 2.5 years. And since I love teaching, I started giving away these free workshops every Saturday since last May 2020. We started off with Facebook Live and now I'm shifting to YouTube since most of you told me that it's easier to find videos here. So from January onwards, I will be having my free paint along workshops, watercolor workshops via YouTube. And last week, it was done via a premiere, a pre-recorded video, but we painted hamburgers using 3 colors only. And during my last live, I was cut off because of my internet connection, but I hope today there will be no technical problems and whatnot. So to start off, I'll just have my first part of announcement. And for those who will stick with me through the end of this paint along session, I have other special announcements for you. So for the first part of our announcement, in this painting session, we will paint loose florals and along the way combine or learn to combine hard and soft edges and even try negative painting. If you haven't already, please check the link below. That is the link to the discussion tab of this event, Watercolor Workshop every Saturday. And you'll also see the beautiful reference photo by Ilona Stefan, this anemone flower. So please visit that link if you haven't already. And this is also where you will post your artwork for everybody to see. I cannot promise to leave feedback ASAP, but I will try when I am free. So I'll share some announcement later and tell you why I've been so busy. To my dearest replay squad, I will also upload a shorter version tomorrow via my Facebook and via my YouTube, but I cannot promise that that will be dubbed. I'll see. I still have part-time jobs to do after this workshop, but rest assured you'll receive this shorter version tomorrow. Maybe I speed paint. And with that, let's start painting. I'll shift my camera and let us start painting. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask via our live chat. Oh, it was moved again. So here is our reference photo. Since I asked you yesterday what color is your favorite, most of you answered red and pink, and others would love to try this color combination. So I'll do both. I have here my Canson. This is a student grade paper, and my Baohong, which is 100% cotton paper. I will demonstrate both, okay? Why is my camera tilted that way? There. Okay, so again, I'll do both. Please tell me if I'm going too fast or not. I will wait for you. Hello also to Elise and who is this? Ray and Braid. How do you mount and frame your watercolor paintings? Oh, okay. Let me answer this. Oh, this is Miss Rose. Okay. Let me answer this first while I'm preparing. I don't frame all of my paintings. Actually, I have a video about that, how to store my paintings. Please stay tuned via my YouTube channel. But I don't I don't frame all of my paintings, and I only frame the ones that I will exhibit. The other ones, I just keep them as is, like this one. I use the backside as well. To start off, I'll draw a simple guideline for my flower. So I'll do it portrait. You may do it landscape, no problem. But I'll do it portrait because I'm doing two. And I want to show you both. I'll start by deciding where to place the center of my flower. This one. So maybe I'll place it here. I'll do the same on the other side. And then I'll try and replicate some of those petals. It's not a complete sketch. I just want to have a general outline so I'll know where to drop my colors later. Again, this is a loose floral painting, so no need for it to be perfect. No need to paint every single detail and stress about this flower. I hope it's clear. I'm just painting the edges. I'm just drawing the edges. And then I'll paint the branch here. And some of those leaves. So just a guideline. I just need a guideline. I just need to know that, oh, this is my flower. I'll drop my flower colors here. And these are my leaves. I'll drop my leaves colors here, my green colors, okay? Hello, Neri and Miss Bambi. Hello, Shanalyn. Good evening from cold Colorado. Oh, hello, Miss Mila. Good afternoon. I'll continue with this one. Sorry, my camera keeps... Why don't move? I'll do the same with this one. My branch and my leaves. There. While waiting for you to finish your guidelines, I will prepare my colors. So again, for this one at the left side, I'll try the red and or pink flower. And on the right side, I'll have my violet. I don't have a strong red, but I do have scarlet red here. So you may follow any of these two, or you may do both. It's totally up to you. I want you to own these paintings. This is yours, okay? And since I am going to use red for this flower, I won't follow the same combination that I got for this one. Maybe I'll give it a vintage look by adding yellow ochre and burnt umber. So that will give it a sort of vintage look. I'll mix my brown with a bit of blue to desaturate it. Oh, you're so sweet, Ronnie. I hope you get millions of subscribers. Oh, by the way, speaking of subscribers, yeah, we hit 1,000 subscribers last week. Thank you so much. But I'm still not yet monetized. We still need to meet another requirement which is 4,000 hours of watch time. That means you or the other people should watch for at least 4,000 hours for the last 12 months for me to get monetized. But I won't worry about that for now. My focus is to just share my talent and teach you how to paint and have confidence with watercolors. Also, if ever I heard the news that YouTube will start placing ads even if you are not monetized. For example, me, my channel, I'm not yet monetized. They can still place ads on my videos, but I will not earn a single penny from that. So if you notice any ads on my videos, please tell me. Well, there's nothing I can do. I just want to know when they're going to do that. It's a news I read from a forum. Hello, Joy. How are you? Okay, I'll also start mixing my colors for this combination. So this is mainly burnt umber, ultramarine blue, violet, and green. But for the other flower, I'll have reds and yellows and greens. And burnt umber. Okay. So please comment ready if you're ready to do the first wash. So here are the colors that I prepared. Red for my red flower, yellow ochre and burnt umber for its background, green for the leaves of both flowers, blue and violet, and I used pink plus blue for that violet. For my violet flower, and burnt amber plus ultramarine blue for the background. Hello, KM. Welcome back. Huh? So Rose confirms that there are already ads on videos that are not monetized. Hello, Bianca. Thank you for supporting my channel. Bianca here has also her own YouTube channel. You can go and check that out as well. Okay, is everyone ready? I have here my clean water. I'm rinsing my brush. We'll do the first layer with wet on wet technique. And what I'll do is where my flower is, that's why I drew some guidelines. I will drop the flower color. And then where the leaves are, I will drop green. And then the rest, I'll just fill that with background color. So it will look like this. Red, green, yellow. Okay? And then same for this one. Violet, green, blue, and brown. Okay? Are you guys ready? Let me check my own live. I cannot see any comment. Or just hit the like button if you are. Yay! Bianca also has calligraphy classes. It's one of the most challenging crafts for me, calligraphy. But I'll focus in watercolors for now. But I also want to learn that. Okay? I'm assuming you guys are ready. Some of you hit the like button. No worries, you can always replay this video and I'm doing it twice. So I'm sure you can catch up. I'll wet both with clean water. Again, this is Canson, this is Baohong. This is student grade, this is artist grade. So let's see how both will perform with loose painting technique. Since I know that Canson will dry very, very fast, I'll start working on this one. Wow, collab! Sure! I don't know how to do collabs, pero sure. Maybe I'll do the background and you do the calligraphy. Ganun ba yung collab? I have no idea. Actually, I'm so shy to ask others to do a collab, but I've been wanting to do that. I just don't know what, how, when, where. Okay, as I've said earlier, where the flower is, drop your flower color. It doesn't matter if it goes over the background, same as my leaves. It's okay if it goes over the lines. Then I'll add my background color. There. Okay, my paper is buckling. It's okay. I know this will happen because this is Canson. How do you know the good combinations of colors? I do color swatches. If you remember the burger workshop last week, I tested every possible combinations from three colors. That's how I know that, oh, this would be a good combination. So I'll go for that. And over the years, I have my favorite combinations now, and that would be brown, blue, and violet. Okay, while this is still wet, I'll also splatter some burnt umber. And maybe the color of the flower as well. There. Ah, thank you, Bianca. So I hope that answers Miss Mila's question. Do a swatch so you'll know good color combinations, or if you're painting something from nature like flowers, then nature is your best reference. Look at the flowers outside your garden or even photos. Nature has very wonderful color combinations. Use that and I'm sure you won't fail. But the challenge would be to recreate those colors from nature. That's why you should create swatches, test your colors, and you're good to go. Okay, I'm doing the second flower now. So I'll drop violet here since this is where my flower is. And then I'll drop green here for my leaves. And then blue and brown for my background. can place it anywhere. You don't have to 100% follow my background. And as I've said earlier, this is your painting, so own it. I think this is also a good gift idea for your dear ones, for your friends, or your partners, your parents, for tomorrow. Valentine's is not only for couples. Actually, I never celebrated Valentine's Day. Do you celebrate Valentine's Day? Like you go outside, go on a date? We never celebrated it because it's always traffic. Traffic is always heavy during those days. Hello, Annalise. Welcome back. So I'm just splattering. There you go. And this is how our first layer should look like or would look like. As you can see, Canson here, the, what is this, hill or valley? The valleys here is still wet, but the hills are starting to dry. This is 200 GSM, this is 300 GSM, 20% cotton, I think, or cellulose, 100% cotton. Baohong also buckles, but not as worse as this one. But let's see what we can do with a student grade paper. Excuse me. Sorry. I like this. Yes, Valentine's is for everyone. I celebrate Valentine's Day, pero mas maganda maka-receive ng bouquet of art materials. Oh my God. Bouquet of art materials. I can only imagine bouquet of brushes and paints and even watercolor paper. Oh my God, that's the dream Valentine's Day gift. I hope my husband is watching right now, but I think he's busy with his part-time job. So actually, I did a mini bouquet for my dear friends, Teacher Yomi and Ella. Last year was that last year? I can't remember, but those are just 2 brushes and 3 paints. Yeah, just a mini bouquet and fake flowers. That's a good gift idea, Bianca. Yes, cases of flowers. I'm just letting this dry. And let's study my painting here. The next thing that we'll work on is the lost and found edges, or the soft and hard edges. If you'll notice, not everything is defined. I also had a play here. I played with negative painting here, and maybe we'll do the same. So the next thing we'll do is to decide which part of the flowers will you define. So it will be good to have both soft and hard edges, a balance of it to make your painting look more interesting. And maybe while letting this dry, I will decide now. In my painting, I want this defined. Of course, it's the center. I want this defined. And maybe this part. And this part to separate this petal from this petal. And also this part here. Maybe I'll paint this petal as well. Let's see. And to separate this petal from this one, I'll also define this. Maybe this one. Okay, so I just chose some of the parts of this flower to define, not all. And I'll show you a simple technique on how to do that later. Maybe I should, every artist's dream gift, a bouquet of art materials. Maybe this one too. Okay. I'll just go on mute and use my blow dryer so I can demonstrate it on this flower. Tsaka man yung, wait a moment. Thanks for waiting. So this is dry now. Next, I need to decide on the shadow colors for my flowers. And how do I do that? I will just test which one looks best. We will start with the center of the flower. I'll use the same color, the base color that I have. This is quinacridone red. And let's try and add darker colors to it and see if that looks okay. I'll try with my burnt amber first. So it looked dark, but not dark enough. Let's try blue. I have here Prussian blue. Okay, that looks dark, a bit violet. I'll add more pink. Okay, there. I like this color, how it turned out. So pink plus Prussian blue. I'll use this and define the center of this flower. Looking at our reference, it is darker here on this side. I'll rinse my brush and grab that color. It's not working. Grab that color. I'll also try the pink plus brown. Looks okay. Maybe I can use combination of that. Pink plus blue and pink plus brown. There you go. So I have defined the center of the flower. That is a hard edge, okay? That is a hard edge. Now I'll just try and replicate the lines here. I said that I will define these lines. I'll go darker so you can see them. These are the lines that I will define. Can you see them? I'm not doing it for all of the petals. I am just choosing some parts to define. So those are the parts that will have the hard edge or the found edge. Let me type that. There. So we're at this step, defining the hard edge. Now, how do we do that? How do we define the hard edge? I'll try and paint negatively. So meaning I'll paint outside these shapes and then soften them. I'll need two brushes. I have my mop brush here. You can use your other brush. And then another brush to paint your colors. Again, this is pink plus a bit of Prussian blue. So I'll paint that. I have defined it. I will keep the right side hard, but I will soften the other side using another brush. Okay, you're sort of erasing the other side. It's quite challenging with Canson, but I'll do my best and show you what I meant. So that is a found edge. This side is found, this side is lost. Since we wet this side, it now starts to blend to the other parts of the painting. This one, since it is a small space, I'll define that. That is a found edge. But I want this top bit lost. So what I'm doing is I will rinse my brush. And I'm not sure if you can hear it. And then I will pat it dry on my rag, or you can use tissue. And then there, we've lost it. So found, then lost. Hard and soft. Miss Lizelle has a question. How do you know, please, what parts to define? Um, hmm. Just, where's my reference photo? I'm just choosing them alternately. So, for example, if I define this one, I won't define this petal. And then I will define this one and then this one again. So just alternately, just choose which part you want to define. I hope that answers your question. Next, this one. So let us found. I'll keep this sides found and using my other brush, soften that edge. Okay. I hope I'm making sense and you are following along. Okay, thanks, Miss Lizelle. Next, where is my next found edge? Here. And I keep my found edges short. So if you'll notice, I only define this side of the petal, not the whole petal. Because we want it to be interesting and a bit dramatic. That's why I'm doing just small parts of it. Let's see how this technique looks on our 100% cotton paper later. But for now, I'll finish my Canson one. And there you go. Sometimes you might need to spread that farther in the background. There. I'll keep that fine and soften. Another one here and soften. There. I'll also define this petal and soften. And we have those tiny details. I'll try to add them with dabbing motion like this. I'll just dab lightly on my paper. Okay. I'll also darken the center. There you go. We'll add some details later like the lines on our flower, but for now, I'll dry this and show you the lost and found edges on a 100% cotton. I'll go on mute again. Please wait for a while. There you go, dry. I will do the same. I will redraw those found edges here as my guide. Center of the flower. Where's that petal? This petal and this one here. This one here. This one. Okay, so those are my found or hard edges. I used my pink plus violet plus blue combination to produce this violet, but this is light compared to the center of the flower, so maybe I'll use some of my old neutral tint. This is neutral tint. Or you can try and add blue and brown to make your violet darker. Then I'll do the same. I will define the center. So that is a solid hard edge. And then I'll start working on these petals. I hope you guys are following along since I'm doing it for the second time now. Take your time. So again, 2 brushes, one for softening the edge or erasing, and one for defining. And this one as well. While we're painting flowers for the whole month of March, all workshops, even the premieres during Wednesday nights, will be flower related. Because we decided during my last live that it is better if we focus on one topic for a whole month. And then I'll do the same here. And soften. Do the same here. And soften. I celebrate Valentine's and it's not all about chocolate and flowers, but love, and everyone loves their parents. Nice one, Annalise. Yes, Miss Lizelle will try um, different styles in painting flowers. I might even have a realistic one. Are you interested with realistic flowers? Or maybe even a semi-realistic flower? I'll do vintage flowers, flower doodles, loose flowers, and so on and so forth. You can also comment your favorite flowers. So far, what I have on my list are roses, sunflowers, peonies, poppies, and forget me not. I love that flower, forget me not. I'm not really good or experienced with flowers. When I paint flowers, I tend to do them loose. So flower doodles are a real challenge for me. We'll also do flower backgrounds, everything related to flower, or even a portrait, a simple portrait with a flower hair accessory. Let's just focus on flowers. Okay, so comparing the two, I'm liking how my soft edges are looking on the 100% cotton. There are blooms on my canson paper, but I'm totally fine with that. I'll just let that go. That's one way of correcting mistakes or of dealing with mistakes in watercolors. Just let it go. Let it be a part of the painting. Oh, I'll also add the tiny details in there. I'm just dabbing my brush. Nothing special. I'm just dabbing it. Lavender and calla lily. In the style of Sir Eman Silva. Oh my god. Sir Eman is on a very different level, but I'll try. There, the tiny details. Maybe I'll have you vote for that, guys. In the events page, I'll have you vote for that. Okay, so this is our hard or found edges paired with the soft edges there. Next, please let me know if you're following along. The next thing that we'll work on is our leaves, and we will do that with negative painting. Actually, we did that here as well. But this will be our focus now, negative painting. I'll just refill my greens. No worries, Maui. Take your time. For the green, prepare different shades of green. I have here my green plus blue. I'll also try green plus pink for this one and green plus violet for this one. Green plus pink. So green plus pink creates this sort of muddy color, but I love how that turns out. I love using this color with my vintage flowers. Looks so good. Green plus pink, and of course, green plus yellow. What's my green? It's okay, Sheila and Maui. Lavender. How do you paint lavenders? Okay, I'm ready when you are. I'll try and do the same what I did here. This looks, this sort of balances the plain background. So our eyes are resting when looking at the background. There's not so much happening in the background. But when you look at this one, it's kind of busy, detailed. So detailed versus sort of plain. So balance. There is a balance. And what we'll do is just look at the reference photo and look how those edges, the shape of those edges, we will try to replicate that. No need to replicate this 100%. But in addition, we will also paint in some holes in the leaves. Okay? And as we do that, I want you to vary your green colors. Don't use only one shade of green. I have already prepared 3 shades of green here for my pink flower. So this is green plus pink, green plus yellow, and green plus blue to make it more interesting. So I'll start. I'll start with my leaves. What I'll do first is I'll define some of those edges. I'm shifting my color every now and then. Right? Then, from time to time, I will also soften some of those edges. Okay? Let me try and zoom in. There. So I am defining some like that. And I am losing some. So if I will leave this defined and I will lose this part. I will soften that part and let it blend with the background. So this is defined. I'll lose this part. Okay. So we have established the shape of our leaf. Now the next thing that you'll want to try is paint short strokes inside the leaf. I want you to vary the length, the angle, and the colors of these short strokes inside. That makes it more interesting. So I have one long, one short, rinse my brush, shift to a different color. I'll vary the angle as well. I'll also do thick ones. There. And I will do the same on the other leaf. So I'll focus first on the outer shape. Thank you, Art by GS. What's your name, dear? There you go. And soften some. And so hard, soft, hard, soft. I'm just alternating it. Oh, sorry, the banner is there. I find this relaxing since you are repeatedly doing the same thing over and over again. Do you agree? Okay, now I've defined the shape of my leaf. That's my branch. Now I'll go ahead and paint inside. Hello, Sai. Nice to meet you last time. Sure. Replay squad. There you go. Vary the color, vary the length, and vary the angle of these shapes on the inside part of the leaf. We still have part 2 of my announcement. So for those who will stick around, I have some news for you. There. Okay. Go replay, team. So that's how it looks like. I know you're still working on yours. And since I'm doing both, 2 flowers, I'll just continue, okay? The only thing that I will change is I will now mix my violet with my green. And I'll use that for the darker tones. Because earlier I used green plus pink. But since this painting has a violet flower, I'll use my violet plus green. Sure, Bianca. Good luck on your workshop. Let's talk about our collab later or soon. I'm so excited. So again, I'm defining the outer shape of the leaf first using negative painting. I'm varying my colors. I'm shifting every now and then with my yellow green, then my yellow and violet. And from time to time, soften some of the edges and let them bleed or blend with the background. No K, no K drama for Friday, says Maui. What are you watching, Maui? What was the last K drama I watched? I think it was Start Up. Softening some. Maybe I'll also soften this. So I hope you're getting the hang of this. We're just alternating the soft and the hard edges. Soften. Oops. And then work on the inner part of the leaf. How's your flower looking so far? So excited to see your own versions. And I'm really sorry for those who waited for my feedback last week. I wasn't able to leave you guys a feedback. And same thing with our burger and clementines during our last workshops. I'll say the same thing. As long as your flower looks like a flower, not a person, not a burger, not an orange, not a landscape. You should be proud of it. That's your painting. You worked hard for it. And all of us are studying this together. So if you're planning to give this to someone, I'm sure they'll love it. There. So that is my defined leaves. The last thing that we'll work on are shadows and details on our flowers, and we're done. I just want to know how you guys are doing. I know you're busy, right? I know you're busy painting, but if you can just hit like the button, that will send me a signal that you are managing or you are painting along, that I'm not going too fast. I'll wait for a few while and proceed with the last step. Love and marriage? What is that, Maui? Okay, some are sending their likes. What about the others? Miss Bambi is painting along. Wow. I'll just clean my palette while waiting for your response. Oh no, wasting the paint. So Annalise is done. I'll just refill my pink and violet colors. I will use those colors for the shadows of my flower. Okay. I'm assuming you guys are painting along. So the only thing that's left, these two are looking flat because we don't painted, we haven't painted shadows yet. So I want you to observe the reference photo. Where are the shadows? In our petals, we can see this shadow. Also this one. This one is really dark. And this one as well. But between those shadows, you have those light edges. So we would want to keep those as we paint our shadows. Also, this one has a shadow and this petal. And when I'm painting my shadow, I will soften some of the edges. So let me just demonstrate that. Again, I'm just using the same colors that I used earlier for the background. So for this one, we have shadow here. I'll rinse my brush and soften. Okay, so now you have a shadow for that petal. Next, I'll work on this petal. And soften. You can also use a smaller brush if you're more confident in using them. Watching now and painting later, says Neri. Okay, for this one, there is a shadow, but I will leave a tiny space. That one, not sure if it's visible, but it's that one. There, I hope it's more visible now. I left a thin line of white space. And I will darken this petal as well. Again, checking my reference where the shadows are. This petal also has a shadow. Also, guys, next week I might try an experiment with a new YouTube content. I will speak Tagalog, especially for in reviewing materials that are found here in the Philippines. And depending on my spare time, I might also prepare a different version with English dub. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. You might be surprised when I release that video. What brush number are you using? This is size 10 by Montmart. There, those are my shadows. But they're looking funny on my Canson paper. I'll try with my Baohong. I'll use violet. So there's a shadow here. No worries, Miss Lizelle. And one here. Leaving a thin line untouched. And where else? Oh, I lost my petal here. It's okay. And here. Okay. There. And of course, I'll add some shadows on my leaves. Especially the ones near the flower. I'll just directly paint on them. There. Do the same here. Okay, we're almost done. Last step is details. Ah, yes, that is a good comment from Neri. Number 10, I have a Holbein number 6 mop brush, and I think it's already huge. The size of the brush differs from one brand to another, and from one brush type to another. For example, this one is size 10 mop brush, but this one is size 12. Where is the size? Size 12 round brush by Scrivo. Is this by Scrivo? Yes. See, this is size 10, this is size 12, and it's bigger. Because this is a mop brush, this is a round brush. What else? This is a size 4 quill brush by Princeton, but it looks almost the same with my size 10 Montmartre. That's why, of all the watercolor materials, I think it's the most challenging to buy brushes online, unless you already know how big it should be. For example, this one, I thought this would be big, size 10, angled brush, but it's so cute. Okay. Now, what's left are some of the lines. There are some prominent lines on our petals, and I'll paint some of them, not all, but some. And again, I'll use the same colors that I used for my flowers. So for this one, Queen Red, I'll just do quick strokes. And depending where the petal is facing, the lines should follow as well. So I'll follow the curve on this side, and I'll follow the curve on that side. Okay. This is still wet. Sorry. There you go. Compared to this one, I think I was more spontaneous in this one. But since I have to explain everything here, this is done in a more careful manner. But I'm liking all of this, all of the versions. So now on to our final announcements. I'll just add some more details here and there. I'll just wait for you guys to give me a signal if you are done. But I'm just adding even darker tones here and there. And we'll wrap this up with my final announcement. Okay. In 1 minute, I will shift to my other camera for my final announcement. Also, while waiting for you, I want you to look at these paintings. these are related to my announcements later. That one. And this one. There. Ta-da! Okay. I will now shift to my camera and say thank you for everyone who joined today's paint along session, and I hope to see all of your versions later. Now, for those to stick with me through the end of this, thank you so much, everyone. Through the end of this painting session, I have final announcements. This is part 2 of my announcements. Let me just shift to my PowerPoint. First is I am experimenting with YouTube Shorts, and I hope you'll give me time to experiment with this one. YouTube Shorts are my videos which are less than 1 minute. So I'm just experimenting with them, and you should see more of them next week. So I'm sorry if you're receiving notifications about this one only to find out that I only uploaded less than 1 minute video, but those are sort of teasers for longer videos. So these shorts are also in in portrait view. So when you watch that on your phone, it will occupy the whole screen, most of it. That's one. So I hope you're not surprised or you're not frustrated when you see me uploading this type of videos. But again, YouTube Shorts are short videos less than 1 minute. Okay, and most of them are experiments with watercolor or teasers of the longer videos. So I will share with you the results of this experiment when this becomes successful. So that is one. Another one related to YouTube is next week I will launch my 1,000 subscribers celebration video. So if you have any questions related to YouTube, even personal ones or absolutely anything related to YouTube, please comment them down below. Not in the live chat, but in the comment box. So it's easier for me to find the comments rather than the live chat box. Okay? I will answer that during my 1K celebratory video. And I thank everyone for your support with this art journey of mine. Next is I am launching this class probably later or tomorrow via Skillshare. So in this class, we will paint watercolor roses in pastel colors and in loose style. I will give you brush practices on how to prepare yourself, and a bit of a study on how to paint rose blobs so that your roses will look like roses when painted in a loose way. So again, if you are interested, please leave me a comment below and I will send you the free trial link once the class has been published. So I'm targeting later tonight or tomorrow morning. And I will have a Feb giveaway. I'm not sure where those giveaway materials are, but I will have a Feb giveaway. I didn't manage to come up with a Feb challenge, but I will have a giveaway at the last Saturday of February. So that is Feb 27. I will announce it on the last week of Feb, but the clue is binge watchers. That's the clue. That's the only clue I can give you. So, yeah, I already said this earlier. So comment your question, not live chat, but comment. Anything related to YouTube. equipment or schedule, even prices of the materials that I have, anything related to YouTube. I will be happy to answer those during the 1K celeb video. And I am targeting next Wednesday for that. Hopefully I can edit that video. It's a long video. And that. And that is the end of our paint along session. I will be waiting for your artworks, and I'm really happy when I'm looking at your artworks because it really gives me the feeling of painting together, even though this is an online platform and it feels like I'm talking to myself and to the camera. But I know you guys are there, and I know you're also working hard learning watercolor medium. And I would like to thank you for spending your afternoon with me, or night with me, or morning with me. So with that being said, let's wrap this up. Yeah, not cabbage. The flower on Canson turned out pretty well. Thank you, Neri. Thank you, everyone. I'll wait for your paintings, okay? And for your comments, those who are interested in Skillshare classes, or your comments, questions about YouTube. I spent more time, effort, and emotional investment on my Skillshare classes compared to my YouTube videos. So I hope you are seeing that quality with my Skillshare classes so far. Okay, Miss Lizelle, I will post that link for my Skillshare. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. And tomorrow, Teacher Yomi has a workshop. I'm not sure if it's the crystal one or the core G one. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.